Hey guys, listen, I'm in a little bit of a position right now. I find myself in a position, not a good one. I don't know if you can see this, but I just went to go adjust my microphone and the whole boom came off. So, listen, I need a moment. As soon as I pressed launch, I went to just go draw the microphone to my lips. And then this happened. So it's a little embarrassing. I'm going to put the music up just for a second, and you have to give me a moment. Just listen to this for a second. Hold on. It's not too bad of a situation. Just talk amongst yourselves. And just 2026. It's a good sign. This is a really good sign. Hold on. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. How these things go, right? Don't you guys know how these things go? We are Charlie Kirk. Give a second. Just have to widen the clamp a little. We gotta loosen the clamp. Take the clamp. Gotta open the mouth. No. Oh boy. No. Oh. The hell. Go to hell. Give me a moment. We're almost there. We're almost there. Pray for me. Pray for me. The Lord our God. Pray. Just a little test. All right. Oh, okay, that's out of the way. Hot. I'm so hot. How do we feel? How do we look? How do we sound? Good. I don't want to touch anything now, but welcome everybody. It's Friday morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's all good. Oh, my mother-in-law is on the Instagram Live. I put us on Instagram Live today. Hi, Pam. Frank, sorry this happened at the beginning of your show. Happy New Year. Well, it's okay. We're fine. Marty Mayer 80. Kind sir from the UK on Instagram. Thank you so much for your wonderful card and gift. Thank you. I was looking all over for you on Instagram. I couldn't find it because your handwriting was it was neat, but I couldn't make out the thing there, the handle. Hello to everybody on YouTube. I'm seeing you guys there. I'm just going to be reading the general chat. So we got Jay London and Peppermint Patty and Panorama, Mojo Psalms, Kenny, Bluegrass, Katie Sky, Peter from Canada, Rev, what's going on? JP, it's good to have you guys here. It really is. And hello to everybody that's just hanging out over there on Pilled and on Rumble as well. It's a Friday morning. I'm drinking a little bit of coffee and, of course, the Keto Brainz in there as well. If you want to try some to kick off your year, you must get in touch with me. I I have spent a lot of money putting my money where my mouth is, getting samples to people, paying for the shipping and everything, because I know that most of you are going to love it as much as I have grown to love this over the years that I didn't even have a relationship with them professionally. But now it's, I'm just so grateful. All right, so I have a couple of things I want to do with you in short order because it's Friday. I think Anthony and I are going to be going live for a Playhouse episode tonight. Not sure. A lot of things not lining up right now. We'll see. Mike Baldwin is in the chat on Rumble. Says, "What's up, Frank? I'm driving from Kansas to New Mexico. You ever been to either of those?" No, and I'd love to. I'd love to say I've been to a lot of places here in the U.S. I'd like to check all those boxes because it seems like the Europe box is gonna. I don't know. You know what it is about Europe right now, guys? We've covered this for many years now. The slow decline and the plot behind it, especially over the course of the last 10 years, where people started saying, "Oh man, is the worst possibly true? Was this all planned?" Of course. But you know what I think is really interesting, and I want to bring this up on the show. There's a few things I'm going to be just kind of planting seeds for today that we're going to discuss on a 7:00 show where we can really widen it out, maybe present it to a guest or two, a panel, and then of course open up the lines. Maybe we can take some calls today. Who knows? But the thing that really gets me is this. I was watching any of the craziness that's happened in major European cities over the course of New Year's Eve. Violence, fireworks attacks, churches being burned, things that a progressive would tell you is part and parcel of living in a big city, which it's not. But anyway, I'm looking at this stuff, and when I'm seeing all these, especially the immigrant class, the newly imported migrants from all the war zones that we created, they are going crazy in the streets, fighting each other, attacking native Europeans. And often, like even with the craziness you see in whatever shopping malls are left in the United States or at a Walmart or something like that, the thing that always gets me visually is the contrast between the remnants of what we would call, I don't know, like just advertising. You know how in the West there's every business that is in business advertises. If I had money, I would be advertising, quite frankly, trying to get it up on billboards or just doing something kind of guerrilla marketing style to be like, what the hell is this? I mean, we do stickers and stuff. But whenever I see the craziness, like for example, Germany. Here's Germany on New Year's Eve. Let me get it up on the screen. When I see Germany on New Year's Eve just blanketed in smoke, and these are all North Africans, Algerians, Moroccans, Middle Easterners, it's just going nuts. And you look at this and you say, wow, that's Germany, all the explosions with the fireworks and people running for their lives. And you see all that madness, which is not very inviting. Obviously, it's mostly military-age males that are, looking for poon. And it's always to the backdrop of advertising that harkens back to a civilization that used to be a lot more, I don't know, it matches the energy, where it's a little bit more family oriented or a good deal or something that has to do with fashion or comfort or elevated living, something that is diametrically opposed to the third world and how they live, and how it still is really dog eat dog, laws of the jungle and all that other stuff. And you see the machete fights in the streets like it's Arabian Nights and all that stuff. And now that is here, the visual contrast between all of that is I don't know. It's the most fascinating of the visual aspects of our collapse. You know, you have the holiday decorations, the happy-go-lucky advertising in the background. A family and happy still. They're whole hugging each other. Tourism, whatever the hell it is. But the front of it is just imported craziness from a part of the world that never had the foundation to enjoy that kind of happy-go-lucky light consumerism. Because some people were like, oh, it's the advertising is bait in the trap. It's all that elites can offer you at this point. It's just endless amounts of stuff. One person told me. I said, well, maybe, but we've had. I mean, there are more traditional aspects of Western civilization. And for example, in the 1950s, I was watching some footage about how Catholics in France in the 1950s were burning modern depictions of Santa Claus, just been almost entirely stripped of any reference to Saint Nicholas and how he was a devoted servant of Christ, and how Saint Nicholas and that created that something to emulate, as we Catholics treat all the saints. They are mortal role models, people you could emulate that have gotten even a shade closer to the perfection of Jesus, which we will never get close to. And, St. Nicholas, that emulation of charity and taking care of, and that love to children and people who have less and whatever. There's emulations, role models we have. And of course, you can see this in the late 40s and 50s and whatever. There are plenty of Catholics who are burning modern depictions of Santa Claus in effigy because of what they rightly were saying was consumerism. But what I'm showing today, what I'm talking about today, is not even that deep to talk about how we have. It's not even a thoughts about consumerism. It's just the visual. It's just the dichotomy of a happy-go-lucky depiction of what life could be, elevated sense of comfort and fashion and all this other stuff, and then in front of it you just have Arabian Nights, bunch of Arabs that are wearing hand-me-down FUBU jackets and are just fighting each other and lighting off firecrackers and burning churches. It's just, I'm telling you, man, it's nuts. Those are the kinds of things that just get me. Those are like a writer's observations. And, but yeah, let's see here. Because first broadcast of 2026 includes a mic drop. Well, thank you so much. I think that was the first super chat of 2026. It might be. Rev just sent the first super chat of 2026. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, let's go from Germany to Minnesota. I'm sure you've seen some of these clips, but they are incredible. So they sent out a couple of a few delegations of Somalians and also their white liberal female handlers to try to put a positive spin and try to diffuse the situation in Minnesota as if this is some kind of an aberration, an outlier, that there's no real reason to go in there to cast aspersions or anything like that. But along the way, some really staggering things happen. For example, I guess this is a Somalian mother. They sent her out there. I don't know why they're allowing these people to go make statements. They can't put two words together. But she, I guess in her, I don't know why it would be in her notes, but she freezes up when she reads the prepared statement that fraud is bad. I don't know why she freezes up, but obviously she knows she said something she shouldn't have, and I don't know. She's surrounded by a whole bunch of white liberal female handlers and their fellow travelers, of course. But this is they're stacking everything very progressively. You put forward the non-Americans, you have the color, you have the sex. Start with gender. Eventually they send out the men. But listen to this.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
It's just incredible.
Being a new year, what a great chance to drop a super chat. I mean, who am I to deny great independent media podcast Quite Frankly of said super chat? Just saying. Super chat up and away. Love you, Frank and Franklies.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Hold on a second. Let me see who that was from. Just popped up. This must be coming from another place. I didn't even turn the super chats on the chat reads. Let's see. Oh, that's from Stowstube. Thank you, Stowstube. It's great to have you on. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wow. I mean, obviously you have to give them prepared statements. And again, bless their hearts, this is just, they're not coming up with these schemes. They are being given pop-up businesses here in the United States. As we said, you think about the scale that this is really being played out at. First of all, it's only two categories of businesses: education and supposedly healthcare. Healthcare funds, daycares, you want to call that education, whatever the hell else. These are all like Spirit of Halloween pop-up places. They're being set up, they're being taught how to do this, and then of course appropriate authoritative blind eyes are being turned. Turn the blind eye, let it all happen. And why? Because they get a little something for being the front end of this. They are human shields of accountability for the entire thing, because how dare you come after these poor, hardworking, industrious Somalian women who can't speak, but can move millions and millions and millions of dollars around with all their friends and family that just were imported over here. And then beyond that shield of accountability for your being racist and sexist and Islamophobic and whatever else they can throw at you, there is this obvious pipeline of money that's not only going to local politicians, but elsewhere. Okay? It is obviously a front. And that's just what's going on. And the people standing behind them, here's another one. Here's one of the fluffy handlers that was standing behind the Somalian woman. She can't keep it together either. I don't know. All these prepared statements have some kind of admission that fraud is bad and in some way insinuates that it is happening. It is happening. But you see, there needs to be no nod to that reality. This has to be an entire fabrication. It has to be imagination and all that stuff. But along the way, they can't even do it. Listen to this one.
And I do see some signs over here that say stop fraud, and I agree, stop it. There are wait lists for these programs that are years long. There is fraud,
Can't keep it together. Now she's gonna switch to looking up to the sky, asking the divine for help, taking a breath, maybe trying to squeeze some tears out to pretend like everything you just said that does not help anything that you're trying to gaslight people about, turn it into some kind of an emotional play. I mean, it is crazy to see these animals work because they're not sentient human beings. It's crazy how, you think about how concepts like sentience is always brought up when you talk about when they discuss the need for abortion. And then you watch how they operate in front of the cameras about any number of issues, and they don't have any signs of sentience. No signs of sentience. None to me. I mean, they're running scripts. They are just showing me that they're pre-programmed biocomputer behavior. That's really it. There's no autonomy there. They always talk about autonomy and whatever. I mean, they're They might as well they're living in a virtual incubator. They still have the umbilical cord attached. I don't get it. So what does that mean? These clumps of cells? Are these clumps of cells now? Seems to me. Then every once in a while they send out a man who doesn't do them much difference because, of course,
we saw that there was
just sad. So this guy goes out there, and of course there has been people who have done breakdowns on what we're even seeing fashion sense. So they're in Minnesota. He's wearing the Yankee hat. How dare you? People were breaking down how much his glasses are. Some said that they're about $2,200. This is all daycare money. Daycare money. I had to save up for a couple of years to buy myself a good watch, just so I had something nice to wear on the rare occasions that we go out to do something fancy. And take a listen to this. This is from Nick Sorter. It says the owner of Somali Nokomis Daycare is doubling down, saying that someone broke in. Okay. Someone broke in and stole student enrollment and employee documentation. Even though Minneapolis police say that he's lying and nothing was stolen, it's beyond parody at this point. And of course, the self-hating white woman behind him holding a sign about racism. No. This droopy-eyed lib woman right here. This is the far bigger problem. This is the far bigger problem. She's not the biggest problem. There are several.
Happy New Year, Frank and Franklies. Looking forward to awesome 2026.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you, Jay Brits. But take a look at this here. Listen to this.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation.
Take a breath. Think about your words.
That was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
Nick Shirley. Look at her. She's got a strange mask. She's wearing such a strange mask back there with the pig nose. Like a Twilight Zone. Room for one more. No, that's not the room for one more. That's the pig face. The pig face episode.
We've been receiving hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us since the past couple of days.
See, okay, so obviously we know what scam is being run here. Somebody broke in, they took all of our documents. The documents. All of them are gone. All of them. All the documents are gone. How did it happen? How could this have happened? First of all, there's no need. There's no need. Everything you need to raid these places and confiscate it, there's no need to take anything. It's all out there. In the only reason why anything physical would happen to these locations, and where supposedly documentation and record keeping, physical record keeping was a target, the only reason why that would happen is if the people running the daycare who know that they are cooked or should be cooked. Be honest here. Don't get your hopes up too high. Because little fish will lead to big fish. If you think that these people, there's going to be any loyalty among thieves here, that if these people start feeling the fire, that they're not going to give up the people above them. I mean, that domino effect needs to be chilled. Okay? Why do you think all the king's horses and all the king's men came to circle the wagons around people like Ruby Freeman? You think that she wouldn't in a second start dropping dimes on everybody? Anyway, this is all about, okay, we got to go in there. We got to rummage through our own stuff, and we got to just kick doors in, and we got to say that we're being targeted, where it just doesn't even matter. There's more than enough predicate to go there and throw the book at all of these locations, to raid them all, and to rightfully, with a warrant, seize those documents. Because it's more than enough visual elements that there is visual. There's more than enough documentation, first of all, about how much money is flowing through all these places. All of the dead phone numbers, all of the publicly available operation times that you can line up and see that there's no activity going on inside of it. Just the way that the people on the inside are handling any kind of light inquiry into day-to-day operations and enrollment. So they're sabotaging themselves and calling everybody around them racist. Thankfully, that doesn't work as a deterrent anymore. But as far as, like we said before in one of our B-side streams not too long ago, there's a difference between a justice system and a legal system. And what we are watching right now is the legal system, which is in lockstep with the established corporate media to either not cover a story at all or to cover aspects of story and gaslight people. We're just seeing complete management of a situation as far as what will ever happen inside of a courtroom or whatnot. Who knows which judges show up, which prosecutors show up, what's thrown out, and what legal nonsense, this legal jujitsu we have to sit back and watch play out, where one side is obviously in the bag for anything that is going to bring us back to a state of normalcy and accountability in the country. And the other side is flailing wildly to try to get to anybody put in jail. Anybody put in jail who won't later be pardoned by some freak who manages to get into the White House down the line. So it's just nuts. And then then go to New York City, the inauguration of Zohran Mamdani. Now I'm going to keep this quote on hand for when Robin McCutcheon comes back on February 2nd or February 4th. I forget when she's coming on, but she spent a good amount of time teaching economics and market activity to her students at Marshall University by way of Ayn Rand and her publishings of either Atlas Shrugged or what's the other one? Got the other one over here too. But Atlas Shrugged was a very big driver for Robin McCutcheon's curriculum in school, and I can't wait to see what she has to say about this statement by Zohran Mamdani, who is quickly installing a horde of absolute nutcase individuals to run New York City. And again, it's not. I know you say, well, Manhattan's an island, Frank. Technically, yeah, but it's not disconnected from the rest of the country, and that you might be in the meantime regionally feel a little bit more safe in your locality, away from the influence of things like this. But this is a mindset. This is a virus. There's no way to keep a virus to stay localized in your finger and not make its way in the bloodstream and be detected in your toe. If you're, it's just one of those things. Take a listen to this.
We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
We will replace the frigidity. Rigidity?
We will replace the frigidity of
frigidity. So it's very frigid. It's very cold, rugged individualism that created the country. That created so much wealth. That created so much innovation with the warmth of just being part of this goopy glob of titty suckers, which, doesn't sound too bad on the surface, but we all know what the hell this means. And dumb people, absolutely dumb people. They really are. It's the strippers on the top of the rooftop in that movie Independence Day, welcoming the aliens, and they're staring the blue light of death right in the face and right into the very end going, "It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And only until it fires down do they jump back and go, uh-oh, I think I might be dead. It's just crazy. Now, here's a little insight into how people like Zoran Mamdani even are able to be. And this is insane. Now, I don't know if I missed it, what's going on. I heard that there was going to be 2 ball drops on New Year's Eve. There was going to be the ball drop in Times Square that everybody was watching. And then a couple of minutes later, it was a rumor. A couple of minutes later, there was going to be a red, white, and blue ball that was being dropped for America's 250th anniversary. Which when I heard that, I thought that was pretty stupid, because why not just make the big ball in Times Square be red, white, and blue? It's the United States after all. And let's make it, that's what I would be doing. But they said, no, it's going to be a separate ball. I didn't see no separate ball unless it was just more lies like this. There were thousands of people, apparently, a couple of thousand at least, that gathered by the Brooklyn Bridge to see fireworks when the ball dropped. Apparently, there were some AI videos that were generated and being shared around on TikTok that were using firework footage from, I think, prior 4th of July. Yeah, let me see here. In the past few days, social media pages and AI-generated posts shared videos of fireworks at the Brooklyn Bridge, claiming they were for New Year's Eve. Those videos were actually from July 4th, okay? Many of these pages are run by people who don't live in New York City and have never experienced New Year's Eve there. And the result was thousands of people had ruined plans and disappointment and hours wasted sitting around at the foot of the East River. And they're just sitting out and they're watching the Brooklyn Bridge just sit there. Nothing really happening when the ball dropped on the other side of the island. Take a look. Hold on. Take a look at this. Here it is. Hold on. I don't know what. Oh. There you go. Unmute. This is when you can play the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. The moral of the story: social media and AI are powerful tools, but also can be dangerous when misused. Yeah, this is how Zoran Mamdani was elected too. People are stupid, easily influenced. Looking around saying, well, what happened? What happened? Now you can spin that and say, hey, listen, at least we're all together, right? Pretty cold night, just be sitting out there along the river and have nothing happen. But it's just the whole point is that we are, I don't know, discernment is at an all-time low, I think. Discernment is at an all-time low. And when I saw this, I said, oh my gosh, everybody's just sitting there with their phones looking to capture what, even if it was going to start up. I don't understand the capturing of things. If your child is about to do something, or you want to take a picture of your child while look at a picture of them looking at the fireworks or in front of some. I understand that you want to save moments. It's easier to save moments than ever before. You take the phone out with one click. You got a camera, a high quality camera, whereas you used to go around with the disposable cameras, click, 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 Fujifilm, all that stuff. I get it. I'm not saying stop taking pictures, but I mean, let's say that the fireworks were going to go off. Why are there just hundreds of people sitting there looking at it? And what were you going to do with that? Nothing makes sense. And we just keep, I don't know, the behavior is so weird. Behavior is so weird. Here's another little something for you. A couple of reels before we go. A Mamdani supporter, supposedly, this is by way of Serge Philly. I think his name is Frank, actually. I've asked him to come on the show before, but I haven't been able to make contact. Mamdani supporter endorses 9/11. Now think about how crazy this is.
I did. Yes, I do.
Do you think 9/11 was justified?
Just because I'm being recorded, I will not share my opinions on this. But
So you think 9/11 was justified?
I'm not saying this, but I know
You're not saying it, but you're not saying it, right?
I'll leave it open to interpretation. When it comes to an oppressor whose only language they understand is violence, I think violence becomes the only thing necessary to get the point across, especially when 9/11, when October 7th, when events like these don't happen in a vacuum. They have.
So those events are justified?
I would believe so.
To sum it up, October 7th, 9/11, they were justified acts of terror?
They were justified acts of resistance against oppression. In our book, in the Quran, that there is nothing in our book.
In our book, in the Quran. Now, I don't know if this guy, this guy seems like he must have been a convert. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those American dupe converts. But think about that just in itself. Because first, what you have to do there is you have to accept the official story and then rationalize the official story. Think about how far, that's not even down the rabbit hole you are. I guess that's another kind of hole. I guess that's the toilet, maybe down the toilet bowl hole. Just think about that. Think about how many layers of bullshit this absolute retard is working with right now as base operating. It's like this is their base program. This is their operating system right here. This guy who needs to be removed from the country immediately. Someone said, man, get people like this out of the country. Yes. I don't care what papers they have, they can provide. This is a real issue. This is a real issue. They accept the official story of 9/11, number one, which is an issue. We like all the people who look at Zohran Mamdani and said, looks like New York forgot. It's like, okay. Yeah. Well, listen, what did we forget? What did we ever know? What does the average New Yorker ever know about that? Aside from the fact that 3,000 people died, it was an attack. But what really happened? What doors were left open? What had to go along with that day? Like, what was September 11th, 2001? Those are big, big questions. So to even look at Zohran Mamdani from the other side and saying, looks like New York forgot, pity. That's even a stupid take. Very shallow take. But to come from this perspective is crazy. Because not only are you accepting the official story, but you're justifying it from the radical Islam side of it. And this is, say, Frank, it's one person. Is it? Is it though? Nuts. I don't know about you, just switching to something that I think is funny. I don't know about you, but the Charlie Kirk song, you know that AI Charlie Kirk song that was generated a couple of days after he died? And it's become almost like a running joke to plant the song places and to put it into reels and shorts, and it's become like kind of ironic. Probably because of how inauthentic and over-the-top melodramatic it is, being an AI creation. I find this song hilarious when it pops up places, and now it's being used. And now it's being used to prank people in like libraries and stuff. So they got the We Are Charlie Kirk library prank. I thought this was funny. I want to leave this with you. They put a Bluetooth speaker behind all of George R.R. Martin's, Game of Thrones books in a library somewhere. I love this. Hold on. Oh, just here you go. Gotta hide the speaker. They're looking for it.
It's one of these four.
Rain bet. Oh, I love rain bet.
It's coming from the ceiling, you think?
He just walked past it.
Yeah, it might be coming from the ceiling. I'm so confused. Do you hear that?
Do you hear that?
There was someone fiddling around back here earlier. Maybe.
He just.
No. Was that you?
I love when it gets slowed down. When they slow it down, like the slowed version, it just gets so much more melodramatic. Hold on, let me find the slowed down version. We are Charlie Kirk slowed and reverb. Oh, this is gonna be epic. Hold on a second. Where's another one? Wait. Just give me. Wait a second. Full lyrics. Just.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel.
I don't. Be on the lookout for it now if you haven't already. But it's not going to get old for me for a while. I don't know, there is some Gen Z humor that I think is chef's kiss. I think that there's quite a bit of chef's kiss out there. All right, let me see. Good to see everybody still hanging with us on Instagram and on Rumble. Somebody did this with porn audio at Art Target. Oh, yes. Some of those are like I don't care about the actual, I wouldn't do that only because there's kids and everything around, but I saw some pranks where they're like in a library and the kid is pretending that that he forgot to plug his headphones in. And the music that he's playing on full blast through his phone is just this outrageous, perverted kind of a parody of another song, and it's some of those are funny to me, especially when it's apparent that they're doing it in a college library and there's no children around or anything like that. Some of those pranks are hilarious, depending on what the song is and how far it goes, where they pretend that they forgot to plug in their headphones, and you just see the reaction. I'll find a few that are acceptable. So these are the things that keep me nice. I saw the other thing there was a few guys. What the hell else was? Oh, this is another thing here too. A New Year's celebration of 2022 and 2024. The enthusiasm. This is from Inside History. They put it together. It is pretty interesting here. Especially since, 2002, it was the ball drops and a couple of months after 9/11. And still you compare it to now. Take a look at this.
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 2002.
Notice no gay kissing. They always ABC. Everybody's. It's obvious. They have an interracial couple and they have a gay couple just ready to go to kick off the new year. I saw somebody say somebody like had filmed themselves a reaction of winning $300,000 in a bet that one of the first things that they were going to play on the networks was a gay couple kissing. And I was like, what did you have to put down to win $300,000? What were the odds? 1 to 1? That's just been standard operating procedure for the last 5 years at least. Anyway, 2002. And now 2024. Yo, people are tired, man. I don't know how else to put it. First of all, in 2002, I know that there were already some more safety procedures being put in there because we were only a couple of months removed from the terror attacks. But 2024, not only are people just corralled into pens, but there's just no energy, and there still is very limited stuff. I just don't know. It just seems like everybody's tired, you know? Anyhow, I don't know. We are Charlie Kirk. What's this? Israeli spy after seeing my online.
To come over to your house.
This was sent to me by the guys. I saw it this morning, so I said I'll just pull it out. And we can leave with this. I'll check the super chats in a second. Israeli spy after seeing my online activity.
Very interesting. We're going to have to come over to your house and kill you. No two ways about it.
Very interesting. It's like going to the doctor's office. They're going to the doctor's office. Just say, oh, very nice. Oh, by the way, I started watching the new Naked Gun last night with Liam Neeson. I'm glad I didn't see it in the movie theaters, but I haven't finished it all either because I started it way too late. There's probably about 40 minutes or so left, but as time went on, there were moments that I laughed that were really funny. So the one-liners, they captured the essence, but Liam Neeson is just such a strange casting as Frank Drebin Jr. Very strange. They could have done so much better. He delivered some lines fine so far, but I was watching it and I was like, yeah, I still don't understand why he would have been picked as Frank Drebin Jr. to pick up where Leslie Nielsen left off. I think there could have been so many better people out there, even unknown people that could have delivered these lines in a little bit more of a Leslie Nielsen deadpan kind of a way. He did, like I said, it's not bad. I haven't finished it all yet, but yeah, man's laughter. Milo, don't you mean manslaughter? Yes. Yeah, there are some things. There were some things in there that I just went. It was good. It was good. But I don't understand. I just don't understand Liam Neeson as Drebin. I don't understand it at all. Last night we watched End of Days. We did a public film club watch party on quitefrankly.tv on pilled.net. And I hope that you guys had fun. It was End of Days holds up. 1999. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It holds up. The CGI doesn't hold up as much, but it was just a really good satanic detective thriller. New York City, New Year's Eve themed, millennial themed. I think it was really, really cool. And it was good to see it again. It had been at least 10 years since I had seen it last, and we all had a good time watching it. I put the public links up couple of maybe about 10 to 15 minutes worth of thoughts afterwards. It's all over there on Pilled, and I shared the links on Telegram and on the posts on YouTube and all that stuff. But you can expect a lot more of that. This is what I'll say before I check the super chats and get on out of here. Here is some of the film club picks that I have building for 2026. So become a sponsor of the show. Even if it's just $5 a month, you could become a YouTube member, wherever the hell it is. You guys, members only through the website, Patreon, Subscribestar, become a pen pal. Whatever the hell it is, wherever you are subscribed monthly, you get these private links. Here's what we're going to be watching. In no particular order. I've got As Good As It Gets, which is just one of my favorite films. It'll be a nice night. Because you want to talk about character development and things that would be totally different and screwed up and not as effective of a story in 2025, 2026. As Good As It Gets. Drive, we're going to be watching Drive in February alongside of Ready Player One, because we're going to be reading Ready Player One. Session 1 is Monday, January 5th. Read the first 100 pages. I'm going to be putting out the official thread right now as soon as I get off of this. We're going to watch Moonstruck. I want to watch Edge of Wonder. I don't know if we're going to get it in this year. Somewhere in Time, Christopher Reeves. I still have not seen it. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen before that I want to just put into Film Club to light a fire under my ass to actually watch it, just like how I'm doing with most of the books. Eagle Eye. I want to watch Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf again. It's been a long time, but I remember watching it many years ago when it came out and thinking, this is pretty damn cool. It's all about surveillance and, good stuff like that. So I want to watch Eagle Eye. I want to watch iRobot again. I also want to watch AI, especially since I have been reminded a few times recently that this was a Stanley Kubrick concept and a script. That was, Spielberg, which just wanted to do it for his buddy. I haven't seen AI in a while. Many years. I saw it in the movie theater. But we'll do that. We're going to watch Apocalypto. Mel Gibson. We got to watch Fatso. I want to watch Silence of the Lambs. Ready Player One is going to come up. At some point, we got to do things like Contact and Arrival. I have Whiplash down here. A Bronx Tale would be great for one of those summer months. Godfather 1 and 2. Over the Top. We got to do Over the Top. Hilarious. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. Robert Downey Jr. Jude Law. Those are fantastic and packed full of occult symbolism and themes that we can all get behind. The planning of World War I coming out of the late 19th century. Really great stuff. And after last night of watching End of Days, I said to myself, oh shit, wrote it right down. Constantine. We got to watch Constantine together. Other stupid films too. We have to watch MacGruber together. Okay. We have to watch MacGruber together. But I'll be adding a lot of things to this. And if you guys want to submit an idea for Film Club, you let me know. Oh, Morgan just said something. Yeah, Big Fish. Hold on. I don't know why that wasn't on here. We gotta watch Big Fish. No doubt. Big Fish for sure. What else do we have? When I turn my hat around, it's like turning a switch, says Adam Tucker. My family thinks I'm crazy, says, what's up, Frank? That's on Instagram. Well, what's up to you? It's good to have you there. Yes, I don't use guns. The ending, he unloads. He unloaded. Oh, MacGruber is one of those things where if you haven't seen it, maybe we'll watch Walk Hard together as well. The Dewey Cox story. That's good. Perhaps we can watch Walk the Line and then Walk Hard, as if we can, almost like the source material and then the adaptation. Maybe we can do that together, and then perhaps we can watch Star Wars and then Spaceballs. So that'll be nice. Thong Chaser says, welcome to 2026, Frank. Well, thank you. Chasing thongs out there. All right, over on YouTube. Let's see what everybody's saying over there now, too. Howdy, Franklies. What's going on, Peggy? Fatso is so underrated, it's hysterical. Yeah, Brooklyn, we have to get into some good Dom DeLuise. I previewed the movie Willow at Lucas Ranch. It was epic. Okay. Well, Brooklyn probably has previewed so many movies. She works in Hollywood in the chat room over there. Same opinion on Naked Gun, but I think that he was picked based on a million ways to die in the West. Well, it just didn't look right. It didn't look right. Hello, Wayne in Vancouver. The new Naked Gun. Katie liked it. It's made me laugh. The casting is not right. Please use this version with a John Hammond meme. I never heard that song before. You never heard the Charlie Kirk song? Yeah, it's funny. It's really just employed ironically because it's an over dramatic AI creation, and I just whenever it pops up, it makes me feel good inside. There's another one that there's this screaming meme. Let me see where the hell it is. I sent it to the guys. Got to be careful what I put on the screen here. It's in the guy chat. Got to be very careful. Oh god. Oh, this is stupid shit. Yeah, here's a Vecna meme. We could talk about I'll give you guys a little bit of time to watch Stranger Things, the finale. Oh my gosh. Let me just put it to you this way. As it's 12:41 and I'm just coming up on an hour. I don't like these being longer than an hour. Man, it was over 2 hours long. And the final battle, everything that you thought that this was going to build toward, happened in the first 40 minutes or so. And I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at my watch. I'm checking how much time is left on the episode, and I'm seeing well over an hour, like 70, 75 minutes. Like, okay, they could not have blown their load in the first 45 minutes and still have over an hour left. There's no way. And I'm waiting for some horror film jump scare moment where there's another action sequence that pops up. You thought it was over, it isn't, and then you're taking on another one final wild ride. And no, you're dragged for over an hour. You know how at the end of like some the teen films that if you're my age, if you're a child of the 90s, and you're getting all of those American Pie films when you're going into high school and stuff like that. If you're getting American Pie and She's All That, 10 Things I Hate About You, and all that other stuff, if that is like your childhood and you're getting those films, those teen films, you know that at the end of those films, like American Pie, you get that one scene where everybody's sitting back after the wild party. It's a graduation, it's a prom, everybody, got the girl and whatever, and they're all sitting around, they're going, you ever think about it, guys? This could be it. Or, you know what I'm going to miss the most? This right here. Or, can't believe it, man. We're all growing up. Or, you get those like 5 minutes, everybody just looks around and throws an arm around each other and say, well, here's to the new chapter. That scene takes 5 minutes at the end of one of those films from our childhood. 5 minutes where everybody just kind of reflects on growing up together, and now it's a brand new day. We have to go our separate ways, but we'll always be friends and all that stuff. They did this for an hour and 10 minutes. We got that scene stretched out over an hour, the whole second half was just bullshit. Good Lord. I mean, I can go into the details here. There's so many little things that I noticed. So many little things. And but good Lord. All the John Hughes films, yeah. And it's fine. That's a nice way to cast off into the a nice predictable, easy landing into the end credits. Totally fine. But they took that 5 minutes and they turned it into an hour. You know, oh gosh, Nancy. They turned Nancy into Rambo. Why is skinny little anorexic Nancy Weaver is walking around strapped up like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando? She's got this automatic weapon. She's got flares and shotgun shells all over her. She is armed to the teeth. Little rail-thin Nancy with her mean mugging her way through the upside down into the abyss. We're going to go fight the mind flayer. Mean mugging Nancy, who's armed to the teeth. And all the boys, all of her boyfriends around her, meanwhile, are getting gayer and armed with mostly nothing but spears. Seriously, like most of the guys are armed with spears against this gigantic skyscraper-sized arachnid monster. And I was like, what's happening? This is the final battle? It was. I don't know what the hell, how people can just trip at the finish line like that. I don't know how they can trip at the finish line like that. So now that all is said and done, once again, the comment section theorists are so beyond they're so far beyond interesting compared to the people who are writing these shows. Fans, they have a tendency of just connecting with the material more than the people who created it sometimes, especially toward the end when it's lasted over, 10 years, I guess, because the fan theories were so compelling. And I was rooting for quite a few of them to actually come true, and it just didn't. Anyway, that's all I got. Well, yeah, another B-sides in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed. Try to do this for people in different time zones. And also tonight we will not be live for Quite Frankly. We'll be live on Monday, the 5th. And I'll find maybe go live for a cigar or something if the weather cooperates along the course of the weekend. But I hope you all feel well and that you're doing well. A little bit of a news roundup. And yeah, so Jay Semo says, Happy New Year, everyone. What a morning treat this is. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Marty Mayer, anorexic Rambo. Yeah, we'll do it. I'm not giving you any. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. We'll do details when everybody has a little bit of time to watch it all. And this should not be I know it's horrible to say, it should not be a deterrent to watch it from season 1. Season 1 is incredible. Season 2 is a little step back, in my opinion. And then season 3, a step forward. Season 4, that should have been the end. That should have been the end. I think that there could have been such an incredible high octane way of just blowing that thing apart toward the end of season 4. That would have been great. But instead, they maintained every character. Not one of the main characters. No, I'll forget it. I'd say, you wouldn't want me in that writing room. I'm like, we got to kill this person right now. Oh, that kid's got to die. It's like you have to kill one of these damn characters, or else there's going to be no suspense whenever a demo dog is prowling around the laundry room. I told you about this the other day. You have the situation where you had these 3 Demogorgon dogs that are obviously prowling around this laundry room inside of a hospital. And it's taken right out of Jurassic Park in the kitchen with the velociraptors. Only thing is that in Jurassic Park, there was some tension there. You didn't know if Lex and Timmy were actually going to get mangled by one of these velociraptors. You have to assume that they were going to be okay. But there was still tension there. There's no tension here. You knew that they weren't going to kill any of the lesbians. There was 2 lesbians and Lucas in the laundry room. They're not going to get killed. They couldn't even kill Karen Weaver. You know, and I'm not looking for gore, but there has to be some kind of consequence. Some kind of consequence here. You can't just kill off peripheral characters and expect anybody to be nervous for the well-being of main characters if some of them don't get at least maimed. They didn't even keep Max blind. Max should have at least been blinded permanently after what happened to her in season 4. Now you got me to stay on later than I wanted to. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you guys. Thank you, Swickly, for the cookie over there on Pilled. I will see you all soon. Be good. Take care. Get in touch with me. Frank at quitefrankly.tv if you want some samples that I can send to your house of Keto Brainz. I'm telling you, incorporate this into your coffee, or forget about your coffee. You can throw it into anything. Your mind needs the MCT oils and the L-theanine for calm and all that stuff. There's no crash, no jitters, there's no sugar, there's no dairy. It's really incredible. I'd love to show it to you guys because if you like it, then you get tons of, quite frankly, discounts afterwards, especially if you're a monthly sponsor. Also, I am putting together a 20-year t-shirt right now that I think I'm going to be sending out to new sponsors soon. You'll like it. And yeah. All right. That's all for right now. Talk to you later. Thanks for everything.